All right, on the bench today, out of a BMW X5, I have the ZF6HP28X. All right, so this is a Gen 2 unit. I'm not sure the year of the car. I think it's probably around a 2010-ish. This transmission actually was shipped to me from the West Coast, from Washington State. And the problem that the customer was having was the typical issue in 4th, 5th, and 6th gears. So we're going to open up and see what we find. You know, common, as you know, rear stator bushing, extremely common. We'll check the E-clutch out. Those E-clutches do tend to flake off and can produce too much clearance in between, in the clutch pack, in between the pressure plate and the snap ring. Also another issue which I just dealt with actually on a 6R80, and those transmissions are extremely similar to the fact where it's the same bushing kit and same overhaul kit, was a cracked E-drum. Also no 4th, 5th, and 6th. Alright, so we're going to open this up. We're going to see what we find. I'm sure there was some form of codes present. I'm not really sure, and I believe it was also going into lip mode. So we're going to open this up and see what we find pertaining to an issue in 4th, 5th, and 6th. All right, so I'm going to get a little closer, and we'll basically just going to start by chunking this down. Oh, let me just add one thing. The owner of the car, what he tried to do first, which was fine because it would have to be done anyway, is swap out the solenoids. So there's a brand new set of solenoids in here, and then after it was stored back in the car, I'm sure there was a new pan, new fluid. Codes were erased, the DAPs were reset, and it did not fix the problem. So I'm sure we're going to be dealing with, I think personally, it's going to be something with a rear stator bushing. That's what I see the most, very common on the X5s. Okay, so I'm going to get a little closer. We're going to tear this down and see what we find. All right, so we'll get started. This part of the tear down can go, fairly quickly, just kind of chunking this thing down. Let's get these pump bolts out. I do have most of the pan bolts out because I did have the pan off. I wanted to drain some oil out. And I got pretty much all my parts except for the converter, so I can show you all that stuff as well. All right. So here is where the emergency release cable goes. It would also, slide through here. That's how you adjust it. And remember, you want to have a couple of millimeters sticking out to know that the cable is adjusted correctly. Right, let's just bring this down a little bit, over. Get more on top of the valve body. All right, so I'm going to move this tab up. new one of these. I'm going to change anyway. These things are tight in here. Sometimes it gets stuck also. Okay, here we go. Alright, that's going to be changed anyway. We got a new one in my ZF. Okay, let me get more on top of the valve body, and then we'll go ahead and zip that off. Let me just switch angles here. Okay, let's go ahead and get this valve body off. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and lift this right off. Okay, so again, this is here. You can tell just by looking here, this is your Gen 2, also the solenoids. Usually the orange ones that are there, it's kind of tells me it's also a Gen 2. Okay, bridge seal. And then we have our sealing sleeves. We'll see if we can get those out. Okay. All right. Now, let me reposition again, 1 second. Okay, so now we're going to just push this pump out, put a little pressure on the A drum. Okay, and right out there. There we go. And these, I'm going to go with 100% worn bushings because these are the Babbitt ones, and these things just way wear out. Side here. Get the transmission apart, and then we can look at everything. Here's the B drum. Bushings in here are going to be changed. Okay, now we got the center support with the snap ring. Let's get the center support out. And here's the C drum. Alright, I got something. Alright. Here it is. Alright, so here's one of the, keeps the center support from turning. And there's two of them. Okay. Now let's get the planet out. Along with the D clutch. Okay. Now D clutch of course is looking good, but we got a complete banner kit here. We're going to be using. Alright, so I'm going to put the planet aside. ring gear. You're gonna have a shim here. Don't forget about that. And that's it. Transmission is chunked down. Came apart very nice. So what came off here, we have a bearing race that goes there. All right, so I'm going to get rid of this case. And we can look at these clutches and stuff real quick. I got to run out in about 10 minutes, but let's open up the main front section and just kind of check everything there. And then we can continue a little later on. All right, so let me get set up for that. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's open this up and see what we got. Clutch hook off. A clutch up. Going to do the bushings in here. E clutch up. Let's take a look at the E clutch. All right, so you can see it is burnt. Not really flaked off, but just burned, probably because of the pressure loss. And what I'm actually going to do, put this back because we want to double check this drum for any cracks. Okay. Move this out of the way for now. See if we can get that platted out. Find out where that snap ring is. You know, I'm going to try something else. That would have to come out to do these bushings here. I'll tell you, they all look a little worn out. All right, so here's the A clutch. Let's just take a face look at this. The A clutch and the D clutch are the same. These don't look too bad. But regardless, they got a battery. So let's take a look here. Let's just take a look here. Yeah, I'm actually moving this drum. So this is bad. I don't know if you guys can see that. Try to hold the pump steady. Yeah, this bushing is shot. 100%. Okay. All right, so this actually, we'll check that. V clutch. Not too bad. C clutch. Not too bad again. Okay, here you have a race. It goes, okay. And then you have a bearing here that you gotta pop off. This setup is a little tricky, so kind of got to look at it. You got a split ring here. You got another retaining ring here for like the balance piston. So the way you take this apart is I'm going to press down on the Belleville spring and get the split ring out. And I'm going to push down on this piston and take the other retaining ring out, the other split ring, and then you can pull everything out. And then this would have to snap back in like that when it goes back together. All right, also, you have the bearing here. That goes there, and again, when you're knocking that bushing down, you got to make sure you do it far enough so this lip will not hit the bearing. Okay, let's do a fast air check. I'm sure that drum is going to be fine, but let's air check it. I'm going to put some fluid around here. Make sure this is going to hold the pressure. Yeah, see, it holds the pressure until I release it. Yeah. Drum is good. No problems. That's good. Okay. Now let's take a fast look at the pump here. Let me get set up for the pump because I'm probably going to have to shock these loose. Let's get rid of this spacer here. And let me do a couple of these and then we'll finish up, you know, do 3 or 4 of them together. Let me just get set up for that. I got to get a small extension. All right, it's a 30. All right, give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, so I got 4 left. And I'm going to try to hold this pump steady also until I knock these loose. You just don't really want to go in there with anything and just try to get them out because there's a good chance the head will strip. Oh, it's easy enough just to shock it. All right, I think this is the last one. Okay, yep, the rest of them are loose. All right, let's get them all out. Okay, I'll put it up here. I'm going to leave 2. The rest. And then put it down. Okay, this is very nice, it's perfect. There's the body and the gears. pump gears. Pocket in here is good. All right, so we're going to put a new front seal, new pump opening in. Pretty good. All right, so not bad. So we are dealing with a bushing problem. So actually, it's pretty good here. So what I'm going to do now is just go and get the parts that I have to show you. Like I said, the only thing I don't have, I believe, is the converter. I have the kit, the clutches, I have the plate for the valve body, and the pan. All right, let me go do that. I'll be right back. Okay, here is my OE pan. And right there, down there, Filtran, made in Germany. All right, so here is that, brand new. All right, I do have a Sonics bushing kit because the Durabond kits, actually, at the time, I can't even get it. And I have also a 6HP21 that just came in last night. The guy drove from New Jersey. And I've been going back and forth with him, and he says he's definitely going to get it done. And I know they were getting scarce, and I ordered a couple of bushing kits for the 6HP2628, the 19 and 21, and I do so many of these that I got the 19. I got one 19 Durabond kit left, and I had asked him, my rep that is from Transtar, if there were any around, and there really were not. So it's getting harder and harder to get parts. Okay, here is my separator plate for the valve body. And this is again a Gen 2, so it's a B0 or an A065. Okay, there is a brand new plate there. My Exity clutch kit. And my ZF overhaul kit. This is all the goodies. Here's a new bridge seal and a Megatronic sleeve. And if you look at this kit, for instance, on the front seal, okay, let's see if I can find it. Okay, so here is a front seal in bag number 8, and there is another front seal in bag number 7. And if you look at the paper, all right, number 8, it says Ford. And number 7 is, you know, they claim one's for a Ford, one's for 4 would be the 6R80, and one is for the ZF6HP28X, when in fact it's the exact same seal. So I call my rep at Transtar because I saw this, and I says, the seals are different from 6HP26 to 6R80, and he says, no, it's the same seal. So, but they give you 2 in the kit, and they also give you a pan gasket, in case you have a pan gasket. And they also give you the rubber gasket for the pan, which the whole pan gets changed. And that's it. So we're definitely dealing with the bushing problem with this 6HP28. And again, this is out of a BMW X5 with problems going into limp mode in 4th, 5th, and 6th gear. If you probably look at the clutch fill times, the thing was probably maxed out at 750. Because again, I can move that drum. I can move that drum in when it's in the stator here. You know, this thing is, even if you look at it, you can see it's way worn out. And that drum was rocking back and forth. And again, that's E-clutch apply oil. Now when it gets hot, and the oil thins out, that's it, you're gonna have issues. So, I'm gonna step back for a little while, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna get roll on this, tear it all down, clean everything up, install the bushings. I'm gonna work on it for the day and get going. All right, and again, with this valve body, we got all new solenoids, even the MV part solenoids are new. And I'm going to put a new plate in, new dampers, and get it built for them. So again, the only thing I'm waiting on is the converter. Okay, that is all on this ZF6HP28. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and we will see you next one.